Hey guys, and welcome to YouTober Day 24. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I edit my videos using Final Cut Pro. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I do when I open Final Cut Pro is go to File and open a new event and a new project. I like to start new events instead of just having several projects in one event, just because it makes it easier to navigate what I'm trying to edit and what I've previously edited. So once I'm done tiling the project, I go to import my clips. So for this video, I only needed 2 clips. So I clicked on the first clip, held Command, and clicked on the second clip and imported them. Once the clips are imported, I drag them down to the timeline. And since for this video, I was just going to do music over it instead of me talking, I turned down the volume on all the clips. Before cutting all of the clips, I like to color correct first, so I don't have to go back and color correct every single clip. So I actually have a preset that I got online. It was a free one, so I will definitely put that in the link below for you guys. And I'll also put the link to the video that I used to learn how to use the LUT as well. Using this preset makes it 10 times easier to color correct because personally I'm not really good at manually doing it. So this just makes my life easier, and I know all of the colors will be the color that I want them to be. So once all of the color correcting is out of the way, it's time for me to start cutting clips. So what I'll do is I'll just look through the clip, kind of see where I was maybe focusing the camera, or just a shot that I don't want in the final cut.
And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
After I finish cutting, I like to add the end card and the intro card. I've actually been having a few issues with Final Cut Pro lately, so my end card, I would usually be able to just search it at the top, but since I had issues, like I said before, with Final Cut, I had to actually go back to my video from yesterday and find that clip, cut it, and copy and paste. And the way you copy and paste is just hold Command C, go to where you want to paste it, and hold Command V. Now I'm ready to figure out what kind of music I want to use. So first I'll go check my little iTunes library in Final Cut Pro, see if there's anything there I want to use. If not, I will go to YouTube and also open a secondary tab for YouTube MP3 converter. I try to use non-copyrighted music in my videos, so I decided to go ahead and search up no copyright sounds. This is one of the more well-known places to get non-copyrighted music. So I'll just go over to their channel, kind of see what their new music is, or if not, I'll go to playlist. But for today's video, I decided to use basically their most recent song. So I clicked on it, listened to it for a bit, make sure it was what I was looking for. And after I've decided on what song I'm going to use, all I do is go to the URL, copy it, and paste it into the YouTube converter. Press the download button, and that's it. Once the song is fully downloaded, it will actually just pop up in the iTunes area on Final Cut Pro. So all I have to do is click on it and drag it down to the timeline.
If you feel like I do right now.
After I dragged it down to the timeline, I like to cut out the beginning portion where there's no music playing, just because I like to have just straight going into music when the video first starts. I personally like to time my transitions to the music, so I will just go through and listen to the first half of the music and put an M on the bottom. So the way you just mark it is you click whatever piece in the timeline you are trying to mark, and every time you want to mark it, you just press M and it'll notate it for you. After I'm done marking the music, I will cut the clips to fit where the transition needs to be. So right here, as you can see, I'm just going to cut it a little bit more, and then it'll just flow very smoothly. If you've watched any of my previous videos or just noticed the intro in this one, I like to have kind of a bad TV transition in the beginning. So I'll just go to effects and scroll to bad TV and put it into the clip. After I place the effect, I like to go and get my custom title. So I'll just go over to title, click custom, and drag it down to the timeline. I also like using the typewriter effect, so I will show you guys how I achieve that. So the first thing I do to create this effect is just go to fonts and I click on American typewriter. Then I'll just type out whatever title I need to put. After I type out the title, I will just go back down to font and change it into bold. You can use whichever one you want. I know there's regular or bold or condensed bold or condensed regular, just whatever you personally prefer. And then I will click the T, which is right above where it says normal. After I click that, I go to the opacity and turn it down from 100% to 0%. And then I'll scroll down a bit and I'll change the variance pretty much to whatever number I want. And then I'll change the duration if need be as well. So the last step to this is just to go to sound effects and type in typewriter. As you can see, my Final Cut Pro is being a little slow right now, but usually they will all just pop up. And then I just type in typewriter effect. I pick the typewriter electrical. It is the one that is 5 seconds. And then once I find the sound effect, I will drag it down to the timeline. And now all you have to do is time it to where you want it to stop. So I'll just listen to it and make sure it's exactly where I want it. And that's how I achieve that effect. Now that the final cut is pretty much done, all I have to do is go back through and stabilize all of the handheld shots. So anytime I did a pan, I need to go to that clip and click stabilization. Since I don't have my own personal stabilizer, this actually does a pretty good job if you're not shaking the camera too much. Once I stabilize all of my clips, I will go back in and kind of make a little bit more changes, like cutting it to the music just to make sure I have it exactly where I want it to be. And then I will retime whatever needs to be retimed. So that means making it slower or making it faster. In this case, I decided that 2 times wasn't necessarily enough. So the entire first half of this video is fast forwarded by 400 times. And then towards the end of the video, I changed it to 200 times.
Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost.
So once I timed the clips, I decided that I actually wanted to end the video at a certain point during the music. Specifically, it was during the drop. So I went ahead and marked those 2 spots where I wanted the transition to be. Since the clips weren't long enough, I had to go back in and kind of retime certain clips just to make it fit. Once I've done everything I need to do in the timeline, I will go up to the top and click background task just to see how much longer everything's going to take. So since I saw it only was at like 4%, I decided I would just go ahead and make my thumbnail while I was waiting. For my thumbnails, I switched between PicMonkey and Canva, but honestly I do prefer PicMonkey just a little bit more because I can be a little bit more precise. But for the purpose of this video, I know that Canva is free, so I just made my thumbnail on Canva. If you want like a more detailed tutorial of how I make my thumbnails, I actually have an entire video on how I make my thumbnails in Banner in both Canva and PicMonkey. So I'll leave all those linked down below and in the cards as well.
Come get lost with me.
Once all the background tasks are done, I will go over to where the library is and just make sure that I'm exporting the right project, because I'm gonna be honest, it has happened before. So I'll just go to File, send it to Compressor, and I like to export my videos in 1080p, so I'll just add it to the batch and wait for it to be completed. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And let me know down below in the comments if you want me to do any other kind of Final Cut Pro tutorials, like how to add green screen transitions, or anything else that you guys want to know how to do. And also, if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that button down below. and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye guys!